I'm a 450-pound dude that can barely walk. My life can't get much worse. Look here! Look, listen!
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out. Whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and have a good time, maybe have a good game.
Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice.
He broke a controller in the freaking Syndicate 1v1. We've done shows before where he's like, I'm up to
the
11
Syndicate
controllers.
1v1.
That's a good one to bring
Syndicate 1v1.
I think I vaguely know this. Like I said, I'm still kind of like, I've made my way through the compilations. I've had my girlfriend tell me her stories of them laughing at him from back in the day, and I've heard some of the rumors and stuff. Was this the one where he challenged somebody to a 1v1 and then he threw like a shit fit because he lost?
Let me lay this one out.
It's exactly that.
So
Yeah, hit me with the story on this one.
we have a guy on our podcast. Wings is one of our hosts at the time. And the guy is known for being the best Call of Duty Zombies player on the planet. What Wings doesn't realize is that he's actually good at the multiplayer version of Call of Duty as well. That's what he did before he got famous. Anyway, during the show, for hours and hours, Wings is wildly disrespectful to this guy.
I just know what I know what I've been to, and I've played with every single commentator there is to play.
It's because I've got quite a lot of friends who, you know, like in the same frame of mind, and it's like, there's no change in it. I know, you know, I am the best, and it's just like, that's great, but I've played them. They're not. End of story. So like, I haven't played you, so I know you'd slam me down in like most of the games, but like I could put up a fight against, you know, in like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, but then throw me in against Black Ops.
You would get destroyed in World at War.
Just shutting him down, acting like he's not a gamer, like, you know, he says that he'd be much better at zombies on his first game. He doesn't even play zombies, but if he were to, he'd be much better than the best player on the planet. He's telling me,
and this was not like banter back and forth. It was Tom or Syndicate being very courteous back to Wings being pretty aggressive and rude.
I've beaten almost every commentator that was willing to 1v1 me in World at War.
So he's goading the guy nonstop, basically shitting all over him.
Goading implies shitting all over him is better. Goading implies like a level of social sophistication that isn't there.
That he doesn't have.
Right. So he's just shitting on this guy all show long, and then at one point he challenges him to a 1v1 on Bog.
What, you want to go M16s on Bog right now?
So he sets the rules up.
I go M16s on Bog. I even said the weapon.
Yeah, if it's the same perk, if we're running the same perks, the same equipment, you know, everything the same.
We have to use M16. It has to be on Bog. It has to be, he lays it all out there so it's to his advantage.
We're doing this shit now. You want to go buy the Game Dunzo server? Be my guest.
No. We can set that up, right? Already up server?
Yeah, if you want to set that up, like, either, well, we can
How
do
much
it later.
money
We can do it on later tonight, but I'll have to go in the other room.
How much money you paying me?
You're getting none of my money.
You can do it for free right now, or you
I
can
don't want
pay
any
me like
of your money.
$1,000 later.
I'm host, which is another big thing, because I'm in North Carolina, Wings of Redemption's in South Carolina, and Syndicate is in the UK, right? So Syndicate has all this lag and trouble to deal with, whereas Wings is next to host practically.
You know the reason I don't do it? Because if I happen to lose, I hear about it for years.
Exactly. So like, if you lost against me, would you hear that for years?
Yes,
Probably not, because I wouldn't bring it up again.
Get on. It's 1v1.
Let's do this, Marines.
You probably should have paraded on, because I can sit there and be a bitch and just sound whore now. Oh, come on. All I can see was his head. See, I'm still playing with the redneck rules on. Basically, he has the advantage right now because he's using the trash pile.
So he left the hill. He might have heard that and started playing by your rules. He can't talk.
Yeah.
He's only up 2-1. 4-3. Anybody's game. Miracle Nade almost hit its target.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He hit the flame zones.
Miracle Nade. Nobody on the trash pile. Uh-oh, Wings knows where he is. Does Syndicate know where he is? Game on. Syndicate gets the shots on target. 6-3 Syndicate.
Good lord.
Syndicate up 8-4.
Is he still sitting over there, just crouching?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you where he is. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, you're supposed to put radar on these things. Why is there a timer on it?
To get into the details of it, he gets behind, which means that he has to start taking some risks, you know, to catch up, and that just leads to being further behind.
I could play like a bitch like he is, but I ain't got the time to do it now. Look here, let me. Why don't you go and make a comment that there's not been a shot fired in almost 2 minutes because Syndicate's laying on his belly somewhere.
No, he's not.
Alright, how about we end this shit and just go and cut the radar on? Dude, he's just fucking hiding. Look, I'm looking at the fucking map right now. Where's he at?
He's not hiding. He's looking for you.
I'm standing on the fucking open. He can't see this because he's too busy laying on his belly half the time.
That's not true. Like, we can all see what he's doing.
See, I wouldn't have to worry about this if radar was on. I know exactly where he's at, and it'd be a gun-on-gun confrontation. Now I got to worry about getting first shot on him because M16's a one-shot on this shit.
It goes on. Wings loses.
I'm just glad they're playing, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that would not play. That just think.
Yeah, I probably won't be on painkiller ready again.
Eventually, he throws the controller, rages, and blames me for streaming it. I knew that was a tough lobby to do well in, but I was there. Wings, are you in the game? Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking faggot.
Oh, Wings, I've been where you are. I know it's
Oh, don't fucking
days.
suck. Fucking faggot. Shit.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
Fuck you.
Me? As if it were a surprise. I mean, we all agreed they were going to stream 1v1. It was like there's thousands of people watching.
Fuck! Why the fuck you stream that shit?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it.
I thought it was your idea. I try to like change the topic and play 1v1 against a different guy. You know, like let's just put that in the past and move on. He doesn't want that. He wants to end the stream, so we do.
I'll play.
Right, Nick, I'll take you. You ready?
Please go. Please cancel the stream.
It's just me playing, Wings.
I don't give a fuck. Please cancel the stream. I do not want to hear these fuckers talk.
Alright. After the stream ends, he's continually threatening this guy. He says he's going to break his teeth out with a mag light. That if he was there, he would kill him. And he goes like nuts on it. And Tom, on the other hand, is also known as Syndicate, is just being cool about the whole thing. Like, look, man, you know, you win some, you lose some. As soon as the call ends, he starts threatening Tom. He's going nuts about it. He's like, lots of violence. I'm going to bash your teeth out. I'm going to do this. I think he said he was going to have teeth soup. I think that was one of the things where he busts his teeth out with a mag light, and then he's just there with a bloody mouthful of teeth. And this is what Wing, he said he would kill him. He said if he was near, if he was closer, he would literally kill this man for beating him in a 1v1. It's not just a game to him. This is his living. This is his sense of self-worth. This is like being good at games is not just his finances, but who he is. That's like, as a man, he is a dominant gamer. Wings is self-appreciation is out of this world. You know, he legit thought for a while that he was better than all the pro gamers, that he was better at quickscoping than the quickscopers, better at zombies than the zombies guy, better anyone at everything. He plays all his games on hard mode, right? As if that was some sort of like, you know, qualification to be an outstanding gamer. So he was surprised that the #1 zombie player on the planet was better than him. He didn't see that coming.
It's been a long fucking day. One of my pet peeves is I hate losing. I hate losing with a passion. I hate losing even more when I'm the only person that has something to lose. Shoot, half the fights I've ever got in real life was based around losing. It feels like I've failed in every form and manner, period, when I lose. Like, if I lose a game of Call of Duty, I feel like I shouldn't play Call of Duty anymore. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's like, I feel like I feel like I wasn't good enough, and I couldn't, I felt like I wasn't good enough to the point where it's like, maybe I shouldn't be playing. Everybody's probably seen the video by now where I lost to the TheSyndicateProject in a 1v1 on Bog, and I kind of lost my head toward the end of it. And a lot of people really didn't like what I did after that, and you know, I ended up breaking the controller, and then I cussed out Woody and all this, and talk some trash, and that's just my way of dealing with a loss. Because when Woody jumped on me and started laughing at me and all this, I was ready to fight. Woody understood why I was cussing at him. Me, I thought it was pretty obvious. I was mad. I mean, I stayed mad for almost 2 hours afterwards. Shoot, it's like 3 in the morning right now, and I can't sleep because I'm still somewhat mad about it. But it's just something I can never get over. Everybody has flaws, and I feel like if my flaw is, you know, getting mad because I lose a game of Call of Duty or at a video game, that flaw isn't so bad next to somebody that, you know, wants to beat on women, or, you know, wants to cheat on or cheat people out of money. In the long run, my flaw just ends up costing me money. That's all it ever does. But some people value good sportsmanship and all this. It's just the way I am. What can you do? Not going to apologize for being myself. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to step down on Painkiller already or whatnot, because right now it feels like if I weren't a part of that, I wouldn't be in this situation now. I just don't know what to do.
Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I'm doing a dual com with Wings of Redemption today. I think it might be hard for most people to understand like the significance, the impact of like how much a publicly live streamed game might feel to us. I bet anyone who's played Call of Duty or any hardcore gamer has had rage moments at one point or another. Games are lots of fun, but they're also incredibly frustrating. And when you add to the fact that, you know, this is the game that puts food on the table, this is the game that is your livelihood, and in you know, just like I think anyone professionally, your sense of self-worth is somewhat wrapped up into how well you do your job, then the disappointment in not doing well is so much greater than it would be for someone who plays casually, someone who plays just for fun. And that's where you were last night. And at the very end of it, you kind of went out of your mind. Like that's the way it went down. And you know, you're an emotional guy.
You know, some.
Go ahead.
I said some people would go ahead and say what you think. I totally forgot what I was about to say.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll keep going. Sometimes it seems like in this community there are these vultures, these guys just waiting for somebody to make a slip, and they take so much joy in beating down guys who make any kind of mistake.
You use the term waiting. I use the term NASCAR pit crew. I mean, like literally, like within 2 hours after it happened, there was like a full-on remix with like a beat made for it. Fuck you.
Me?
Fuck. I mean, it's easy to point out the flaws I made and the stuff I do after it's already happened. When you put yourself in that position, you probably would end up in the same boat. I'd guarantee if you put 10 guys in my position, 8 of them would react in a similar fashion. Like every time I lose, especially on Black Ops, I'm thinking, how many people are going to sit there and watch this in my file share? How many people are going to see? I'm constantly under stress in that form, and it's actually, to be perfectly honest, it's hurt me sexually to the point where, you know, I'm so stressed out I don't even want to have sex. I mean, just to lighten up the thing.
What?
You're in a public position, but
where you want to put your head under the pillow.
That would have been a good move. I was just about to say, you're in a public position, but you're not really good at public relations, it seems, you know, based on this incident anyway. And, you know, it could have been buried more easily, but we are where we are, and, you know, hopefully tomorrow's a better day. And, a little time passes and like Keemstar gets involved in this. He's like, we'll set up a 1v1 with you guys. We'll put, I forget what it was, like $5,000 on the line and then winner take all. Wings came to him and said, look, we'll do this. We'll do a 1v1. You throw it. Look, I'm going to win anyway because I'm Wings of Redemption. But you throw it just to lock that in. Then I'll keep, I think, what did he want the split to be? It was to his...
See, that's the best part. Wings would keep the lion's share and get the victory.
That's not how a bribe works.
That's not how bribes work.
Yeah, it might have been 3-2, it might have been 4-1, but Wings was keeping the bulk of the money, and then Tom, who just beat him, was supposed to lose on purpose, and Wings felt like, but you will get that 1,000 in public humiliation.
Well,
you should take what you can get.
Right? He jumped right on that and said, that sounds great to me.
He took an alternative route, where he took a screenshot of the Skype conversation and tweeted it out to the world.
That's amazing. See, I would have done that. I would have absolutely done that and laughed about it for weeks.
Wings, to this day, thinks that the Syndicate 1v1 loss was a big part of his loss of popularity. It really wasn't. You know, he could have just laughed that off and it would have been nothing. But his reaction to it was a part of his loss of popularity. The bribing was a part of his loss of popularity. It really wasn't about his gameplay at all.
Why the fuck you stream that shit, you fucking faggot?
Because you told me to.
That's right, Painkiller already is back, motherfuckers!
Oh, that's great.
This next video you're about to see is another video from another director, and he basically sent this to me on Twitter stating why he pretty much doesn't like my content. Let's go ahead and hear some of it.
In case you don't know who Wings of Redemption is, he is a fat redneck who produces shit content and start having a fit when losing on COD. At one point he lost to Syndicate and started having a fit on Woody's livestream, all because he lost on COD 4. I view this as having no life and chose him out to be an arsehole. He also tried to bribe Syndicate with $5,000 to lose a match to him.
How many often do you ever see me fight with anybody? And yes, I did overreact with Syndicate. And yes, I did apologize to Woody's gamertag. I feel like a public apology is needed? No, because I didn't. I pretty much did not alienate the fan base at all. I got mad on the terms of I knew that my channel was based around being good at Call of Duty, and even a win or a win like that against a loss like that against Syndicate would hurt my channel as a whole, and I overreacted mainly because I put myself in a bad situation. As to bribing Syndicate, I don't have $5,000 to bribe Syndicate. That was an Alki David thing. And that was pretty much him trying to cash in on Call of Duty conflicts to try to get the maximum exposure off of it. Because at the time, Syndicate beating me was this huge thing in the community. It's something nobody thinks about unless you're a hater. That's exactly who thinks about those kind of things now, a hater. You know what happened? I spent one fucking evening talking with him on Painkiller already, and it broke down into a 1v1 on Call of Duty, a game I never play on a system that I'm not good at. The Xbox. Xbox is not my main system. For a lot of people don't know this, but Xbox is the last system I actually learned. I suck with the Xbox controller. It might sound like an excuses, but it is what it is. And the fact is, I was already at the point where I didn't even like Call of Duty, so I wasn't playing it as much as I possibly could. But in the end of the day, all these are excuses. Excuses I don't even need to make because, Wings vs. Syndicate doesn't exist. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Wings of Redemption. This is the Pro Syndicate 1v1 that everybody knows so well. And a lot of people, you'll see a lot of people saying, why are you streaming that? And that pretty much came from this. I just wanted to touch base on it and come back and revisit it. For those of you surprised, I ended up losing this 1v1. The big deal about this video was how I reacted to it. I ended up breaking in a controller. I do have a tendency of a sore loser into me because I strive to do everything the best of my ability. Being a sore loser, I don't really think I am, mainly because I've lost plenty of times. I've lost literally tens of thousands of times over my life. I felt that all the things being said, I would have to come into this and beat him whole-handedly, and I fully expected to do that. It was a big backlash towards the end of it, but for the most part, it was more of like a hater's frenzy. The reason I reacted the way I reacted, like I just said before, was because I felt like my people would abandon my channel or they would think I wasn't good at the game. It was a flood of emotion. A lot of people thought I should do a public apology and all, but here's my grasp on public apologies. I owed an apology to Woody, and I owed an apology to Syndicate. They both got it. Nothing that was said in this game affected anybody that ended up watching this game. But that's the Syndicate thing, and that's pretty much the whole story on it.
In hindsight, you wish you hadn't 1v1 Syndicate? Like, what do you think of that?
I was a different person back then. When I 1v1 Syndicate last time, I was a different person. My channel was built around gameplay. I'd like to go ahead and use the scapegoat now before people call me on it. One of the reasons I lost that 1v1 was you, Woody. I made mistakes.
Oh, yeah, what?
I had to push engagements because of a timer that shouldn't have been there.
I'm so glad that for you, yourself, you've said you feel like you've changed as a person because, like when it all went down, you were pissed. You were like so pissed, and I just couldn't understand like why, you got so annoyed about it. But like thinking about it, I do understand why you got annoyed about it. I think it was a good thing to happen to you then. It got you to where you are now in a positive mindset.
Well, what actually changed my mindset was when Modern Warfare 3, to be perfectly honest.
Bad game.
Bad game, it is.
Terrible game.
It's like I have to get out this series. I have to segue something. I do not want to get stuck to this series when they're going this direction. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Wings of Redemption, and I just got some shit to get off my mind. I mean, I've been on this Twitter drama all fucking week, dude. It's fucking annoying. So now I'm doing this because I'm upset. And the reason I'm doing this because I'm upset because I'm about to have a fucking aneurysm, ready to punch a hole in the wall. And if I do not vent, I will fucking crack. It's just plain and simple. It's like, oh my god, I just can't stand it. It seems like people always want to fucking shit on me. It does, over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, for example, Syndicate and Vondahar talking about 1v1 and on Bog, and they're giving a good fucking hearty laugh at it at my fucking expense. People think I'm this horrible fucking person, and it's not the fucking truth, dude.
I always notice on the subreddit, they're like, this is the 200th episode anniversary of this or that. And I think the last one I saw, I think it was maybe the 200th episode anniversary of Wings Syndicate 1v1, and they were clamoring, asking for another 1v1. I would like to see that. I would like to see you take on Syndicate again, but not in a video game. I want to see something else. I want to see you take on Syndicate in like a physical challenge or something like that.
Not COD necessarily, right? Like 1v1
I haven't played
chess,
COD in like a
1v1 checkers.
You know, I got embarrassed last time, so I'm gonna need to stack the odds in my favor. So
It
I'm gonna
wasn't
go 1v1
embarrassing.
in pancake eating.
I bet Syndicate would beat you in pancake eating.
I bet he would too. You know, to be a fat guy, I suck at eating.
I follow Syndicate on Twitter, and I've noticed that he's gotten really into physical fitness as of like the last year. So he may be a handful in the pancake eating.
Welcome back, guys, to the Reddit AMA. Ask Me Anything. Do you believe if you would have won the 1v1 versus Syndicate, that your channel would be as big as his, and his would be comparable in size to yours right now? No, I don't. The fact is, there's been a secret going around in the gaming community for a long time. And that secret is pretty much that being good at a game does not dictate how good your YouTube channel is going to be. You got to be good enough. With that being said, Syndicate has a more broad personality than me. He has a more likable personality than me. He's a more likable person than me. Do I think that Syndicate is the end-all be-all of my channel? No. Most of the people that probably watch my channel now probably don't even remember that even happened. And most of the people that left my channel when that happened probably never came back. Really the question is, do I think that if I beat Syndicate in that 1v1 would have done anything? I think at that point in time I was going to lose subscribers either way. From just the way I initiated it, the way I was coming at him vehemently. The reason I put so much emphasis on the 1v1 is during that stage in time, I was almost indoctrinated with my own self, worth, that I felt like I was one of the best in the world. And lo and behold, I wasn't. Keep in mind, that was in 2010-ish. It was like 23, 24, somewhere in that ballpark. So I was younger. You can't change who you are. You can't destroy 20 years of conditioning in 4 years. So, yeah, I feel like I'm a better person now than I was then.
Hey, since we're talking about COD 4 right now, right? I need to see Wings fuck Syndicate up in COD 4 on a rematch.
Payback time,
and
bitch!
we need Wings to explain why he lost, and this is a legit reason why he lost.
It was on Bog, and it was a hide-and-seek fest. The problem I had with the rules and why I got so frustrated that night was that Woody set the rules up wrong. And I'm not trying to blame Woody. I'm a little bit blaming Woody here. But the reason is, when you 1v1 in Call of Duty, you always 1v1 without time limit. He got ahead of me. I had to take more and more risks to actually get there and kill him. It wasn't that he was outgunning me. It was just that he was seeing me first. And we were also in a connection disadvantage, which... I was on the advantage connection, he was on the disadvantage connection, obviously, but it's still, like, when you have latency between them, regardless, there's latency between you guys. 1v1 is about who can beat each other with gun skill, because you know where each other are, you set yourself up in the map to have the gunfight, and it happens like that. 1v1 should last like 3 or 4 minutes, not 10 minutes. What you seen was 1 out of 10. I would have beat Syndicate 9 out of 10 times back then. 9 out of 10. And what happened was the 1 out of 10, and then we stopped there.
Syndicate said that he would, and he didn't put all this because it was Twitter, but he's like 1v1 M16 on Bog, right, with COD 4 Remastered, which kind of sort of implies maybe he'd do it again, or who knows. Would that be good or bad for Wings? Wings has done everything.
It would be very good for Wings.
Good. He would he's rebranded, he's Jordy Jordan now, he has no interest in that. Wings would rather that situation get buried. What if he lost and he took his rage to a whole new level? If it was just guttural screams and frustration, and he broke multiple controllers that he wasn't even using at the time.
See, you're going about this the wrong way, because you're assuming that Wings is going to lose. This should be like Rocky 2. Remember Rocky 1, he did well, he went the distance, but he lost, and then Rocky 2, he trains even harder, and he comes back, but this time he beats Apollo Creed. That's what we need. We need Wings in some sort of FPS boot camp part 2, where he's being trained by, like, I don't know, like Hastro comes in, and like we get like some old school COD people, because that's what you know in there, whatever the fuck he's doing these days. And they're training Wings, and lots of montage, blisters on his thumbs, band-aiding them up, and he's just nothing but COD 4 for weeks and weeks or months. You fucking rent a stadium, you sell tickets. You sell tickets, and you get the fans out there at one point when, like, chanting Wings, and they're all going, Wings, 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 and they start flapping their arms. That would be the Wings. And you know what else? You want to know another way that Wings could make so much money? And this won't happen. It'll never fucking happen. COD 4 is coming out, remastered, BOG. You rematch Wings of Redemption and Syndicate on BOG. COD 4 mastered. You fucking... You sell tickets to it, maybe even do it in an arena and do a big fan meetup. You pay fucking tickets, get to watch them head to head, chairs facing each other, PCs between facing the other way. They're fucking gaming. Add some rules in there that'll allow like some trash talking. I'd buy tickets to see that thing.
Kyle, have you seen Syndicate talk about this?
He's talked
He brings it up about once every 6 months. It just depends on how it comes into play, but he does talk about it a lot.
So what happened was when he learned of COD 4 Remastered, he wrote like M16 1v1 on BOG with like a smiley face or something. So a lot of people got excited about it. And I guess he got nagged about it enough. And he very rudely said he doesn't like Wings. He doesn't want to do anything to help Wings. Rest in peace, Wings' career.
Every time I search my name, you see stuff like Chaos Silencer put his video back up of me versus Syndicate, and like the first 5 videos of Wings of Redemption is like, you know, the Chaos Silencer video, rock bottom, blah, 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 everything that's negative that could possibly be negative. You never see the tender side. You always see the Syndicate bullshit. As most of you know, we had the idea that, you know, Call of Duty 4 Remake is coming out. I don't know if BOG is a part of that. Go ahead and having the rematch on the thing, and like Syndicate wanted no part of it. He wanted $10,000. I had 2 guys opt to put the $10,000 up for me, and that was White Boy and Keemstar. I don't think Tom's a bad person in the slightest. I want to talk about the H3H3 scandal, more specifically the CSGO lotto betting. The end result is you just can't trust those happy motherfuckers. Like, you just think you can't. I mean, I didn't see this coming from Trevor. And these guys, I don't know. T-Mart has like some Nissan supercar. Pro Syndicate, I don't even know what he has. He probably has one of those European supercars. Who knows? They got bukus of fucking money. And it's because they aim their sight towards children. Just imagine that you had a child, and that child was 11 to 13. That child enjoyed playing CSGO. You know, just a first-person shooter. That's a normal activity for a 13-year-old child, boy or girl. And there was YouTube commentators online pushing your child to gamble, creating a lifelong problem that he might never get over because they want to make more money to buy that 3rd or 4th house. To me, that's despicable. And like with Syndicate, I seen that shit a long time ago. That's why I was so hostile towards him way back in the day. Kyle and Woody, they love the shit out of that, you know, pro-business, you know, fuck everybody over, make money kind of stuff. And then on the top of that, they're just being deceived. They're being deceiving. Like, they're basically saying, like, look, I stumbled upon this site. It's awesome. I can't lose at this site. But, you know, you should come spend your money. And that's pretty much the whole gist of this. It's like, when you see these happy-go-lucky people that are always fake and always happy, never have a mood swing, always put their best business sense first, run. Alright, I don't give a fuck about Syndicate calling me out. I seriously don't. So yes, I have seen that Syndicate called me out on Twitter. About 15,000 people have told me about it. And no, I didn't turn him down. For some reason, there's this rumor going around that I'm punking out and I'm turning him down, or I'm going mute on the subject. No, I'm not going mute on the subject. It's just annoying that when people come into my stream, which is mainly centered around Battlefield, wanting to talk about something that is centered around Call of Duty. So I figured I'd go ahead and take this time and make a video that basically states everything that's going on. I will more than happily 1v1 Syndicate. I'm not going to buy the game until actually more concrete plans are actually put into place. But on the same fact that it's probably best that we both go in cold. I mean, perfectly honest, I don't really care who wins or loses at this point. And I don't really care about Call of Duty. I'd be more than happy to 1v1 Syndicate. I don't feel like I'd grow anything from it. But that's not the saying that I would punk out, because I didn't punk out to begin with. Even when I was a lot younger, people keep forgetting I was really young at this point. This was back in 2010, and 2010 was 6 years ago. That would make me 24 years old when I did this. And you have to understand where I was coming from when I did the Syndicate Challenge. I've always been known for raging. Hell, I rage even to this day. Motherfucker, I've been 3 KD every lobby I left. I was 13-5 in that lobby. That's 2.8 KD. Fuck you.
All I do is get mad at people with video games. Like you'll never see me do horrible things. Like T. Martin and Syndicate are horrible people. They honestly straight lie to people's faces to make money. I mean, I'm sure that me saying that's gonna come back and bite me in my ass. But like, I've never done anything with the intention of not being 100% sincere about it.
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking faggot.
Oh, Wings, I think you are. I know it's
Oh, don't fucking suck.
I've been there, man.
Fuck you.
Me?
Fuck! Please cancel this stream. Please cancel this stream. Please cancel this stream. Please cancel this stream. What the fuck is stream then? I broke my controller.